What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 1894. I'm Dara. I've Joe with me here today. We're discussing Tottenham. We call it a big game, Joe. I think every game's pretty much a big game, but these are against a team who don't do too well when we play them at home, but usually beat us 1-0 when we're away. How are you feeling going into it?
I'm feeling about as well as I would for any of the other Spurs games, really. It's either going to go one or two ways. We're either going to batter them or lose 1-0. There's really no other way to describe it. It's Spurs. They have a unique sort of, I wouldn't really say history over us, because I'd say it's pretty recent. The whole we go there, we get battered, or we lose 1-0 and batter them, but still somehow lose, and they turn up at our place and fail to turn up. We did it last year as well. We've done it the last couple of years. So if it follows the regular pattern, then we should be all right. I mean, we've got a tough little run in the league coming up. I know we've got Everton, the Manchester Derby's coming up soon as well, and I've got Palace in there as well. So it's a kind of a tough run. Probably one of the tougher runs we're going to have in this business end of the season. But, you know, we've started to kick on now. We're fresh off the back of a 5-0 win, so confidence should be pretty high.
Yeah, like you said, it's a big. It's going to be a big run in, especially with this. We have this difficult stretch, and then we have Liverpool coming in April, I'm pretty sure, and they're going to be very, very difficult games. But we'll talk about this one first. I mean, we all know what they're like. Their main threats are Kane and Son. Not really. I know Bergwijn's coming off the bench and getting a couple, but it's Kane and Son. That's what you need to focus on. Kane's coming into it more, so he got a great goal there a couple of weeks ago, but he still only has 5 league goals this season. That's injury free, so that could still hint that maybe his head is not in it enough. But he might want to turn and say, "Well, you didn't sign me. I'm going to make you pay for it." What do you think of the whole Harry Kane thing coming into? Do you think he's going to want to prove something, or do you think he's going to be like, "Nah, it doesn't matter"?
I don't think he's really too bothered about proving anything. I just think that he wants to try and guide Spurs back into the top 4 in the hope and, you know, in his mind that Conte will actually stay around. Because I think if Conte leaves, I don't know where his head would actually be at personally. I think if Conte leaves, he'd probably want to leave again. And I think Conte's now, you look at his press conference quotes, he now realises how big the job is at Spurs, how like poorly ran they are and how poor that squad is, that it's now out the question of him just walking out the door in the summer if he's not getting backed. So be interesting to see, but I don't think it plays on his mind too much that he could have come here. I think he's put that past him now. I think he knows that door is firmly shut, or at least I think the door's firmly shut anyway. I know there's been a few murmurs recently, but I think he'll put that past him and just try his best to win the game. But we all know Harry Kane in big games, he does tend to, this will bite me in the ass, but he does tend to shy away at times. Finals, although rare for Spurs, I don't think he's scored in one for Spurs. So I think Son's the main threat. Son loves a goal against us. He always scores. If anyone scores, it's him. Usually he did it the first game of the season. And we all know that Laporte is not the best in Spurs games as of recent. He loves a shocker. He loves a shocker against Spurs. But I mean, again, I'm not worried too much about this game. I don't think there'll be too much of a threat. I mean, they've lost 3 out of the last 4. 3 out of the last 4. I think it's 3 in a row in the league. Yeah. They've just come off the back of losing. Not many teams in the top 4 race lose 4, but I mean, it is Spurs.
Yeah, no, I think we were talking about this beforehand. You said no one really plans to lose 4 in a row. No one plans to lose 3 in a row either. I do agree with you though. I think the whole Conte thing is mental. He's been talking so much. I wouldn't call it shite, but he's been talking about how badly that club is run and how big the project is. We know Conte. He's not a project player. He comes in and stays for a couple of years, likes to win things. That's really it. I think you're dead on with the Kane situation. But looking at the other side of the fence, looking at us, we're coming in off a 5-0 win, like you said. I think there's players here we have in front of us here who are going to start, who have to start because their form has been unbelievable. I know you just did the Sterling video, so I'll just kind of brush over that. But man, we're not giving too much love to him lately. I mean, we haven't done a specific video for him lately. Is Riyad Mahrez. Joe, tell me about him. How much has he clawed it back from where he was basically in our heads and your head as well?
Yeah, no, a couple of years ago it was a bit like, I don't really know what it was all about. Like, he came in his first season, he wasn't great at all. I mean, you look at the price tag and you go, well, we didn't get enough for that. And then the second season, albeit, you know, we didn't win the league, he had a pretty good season compared to his first, and then ever since then it's just been up and up and up. He comes in at the big moments, scores the goals. He's a reliable penalty taker, which we've needed for so long, which is crucial. He fits the system to a T, and he's irreplaceable at the moment. Now, I know he's not got long left on his contract, but I reckon, albeit this is a side topic, I reckon he's going to stay on, and I'm happy for him to stay on, because right now I don't think there's anyone who does his job, the job that he does, the things that he brings to this team. I don't think there's anyone in world football at the moment who's doing it as well as him. I know there's Salah, but that's a different player. He doesn't bring the same things as Mahrez. He's more of a goal scorer.
Something I like to say about Mahrez, it's still the same stick, it's still the same coin on your left and hope to do something. It's still the exact same thing. Let's not take the piss, but he just got so much better at it. I don't know what's happened to him. It's just like they expect him to do it. They double up on him because they know he's going to do it. They still can't stop him. He's unstoppable at the minute. He's like a train engine. You're not stopping him. I think he's crucial to the system. I think his ball retention, like we've said about Sterling, how he's come along with his ball retention, he's really fit into the system more. Mahrez's ball retention has always been good, which is a huge factor in getting him in, which is a huge factor why we signed him in the first place, especially over someone like Alexis Sanchez. But I mean, Mahrez, you have to look at it. This man's going to start, but we won't tease anymore. We'll just put the starting 11 up. Well, predicted starting 11. First up, right? Edison, you have to have him in. I think he's actually taken a fair few knocks in the last few weeks. I think he's been down multiple times, but it's not nothing serious considering the fact he just gets up. Then it's Walker, who obviously had his little rest in midweek. Pub's Champions League losers medal, quite strange. Then Diaz, Laporte, and Cancelo, which I know on the back line. Joe, what do you think? Surely it's all right. I think it'll be enough to do the job. They won't be getting in there or have much if previous performances say anything about it. They won't be in there or have much. It's just when we have them in the half, you have to shut them up.
Yeah, I mean, if it follows suit to the last few times we've faced Spurs, they're only going to have to be defending 2-3 times. They shouldn't really have too many opportunities based on the way they set up and the way that we set up, the way we like to play football. But what they have to do it well, because they have the players who can punish us and can score goals. They're not a sporting type team where they might threaten, but they don't have, the world class end product of like a Kane or a Son. So they do need to be switched on. I think the back four and the goalkeeper speaks for itself. I think the only reason why Walker didn't play in the Champions League is because he's suspended. I was a bit puzzled as to why Stones came off so early in that game, considering he'd probably drop out for this game. So if he plays him, no complaints. He's been an absolute animal at right back for some odd reason. But I don't see too much change for this game. I think, you put Walker on that right to deal with Son, deal with his pace and his threat down there. I think you're all set up to try and snuff them out, really. Then it's all about just getting the goals on the other end.
Yeah, I don't think Walker was there for the prior game when we lost 1-0. But I mean, if he doesn't play Walker, I mean, I have to look at it in the sense that, I mean, he was out, like that video of Grealish came out, he was out on the piss. Pep must genuinely be annoyed if he's leaving him out for that long, you know what I mean? Because he's not been injured. But I do think he'd come back, and I don't think there's an issue. But I mean, if he doesn't get started, I look at it as that probably an issue. But I have a feeling he starts. I don't think Pep holds grudges on that stuff too much, because I'm pretty sure Mahrez got in, but I'm not sure if he was really that involved. Then again, in midfield, Rodri, Bernardo, De Bruyne has to be for me, right? I think De Bruyne's been fantastic lately. I think he's kind of he's got a shot of adrenaline at the start of every match, because his pressing's been so much better. And his pressing was never bad. I never really questioned that, but his pressing has been unreal now. He's getting the ball off everyone. Pretty sure he won it back for the Sterling goal I mentioned in the review of the last match. He's been really good. I'm really happy to see him getting back to his best. So I don't want to hear any of this nonsense saying he's back to his best. He's not back to his best. He's getting back to his best, right? Bernardo, I mean, he's coming off what should have been a hat-trick. You can't be offside with your arm. He's coming off what should have been a hat-trick in a game where we peppered Sporting. I know we said Sporting Lisbon last time, that was a joke, but Sporting, he has to play. I think he's crucial. And then Rodri, again, there's not much else I can really say about him. I'll let you take away Rodri if you want.
Rodri is in a similar boat to the defence, as in that he's going to have to do a bit more than the back line, because you'll imagine Spurs will counter a bit more and he's going to have to try and break that up. And obviously he might have to play a few progressive passes, because as we know, they'll sit in a back 7 or something ridiculous like that, back 8, 8, 9 men behind the ball, something ridiculous like that, because it's Spurs. And, he might have to play a few, clip a few over the top like he has done in previous games, which is something that's improved this season and something that can help us going forward in this game. Because if Bernardo and De Bruyne, I cannot fathom how much space they had in that Sporting game, but I doubt they'll have that much space this time around. So Rodri could be called upon to play some progressive passes and get us forward a bit more, because I reckon he'll have a bit more space. And then obviously two main creators, the two tens in there, Bernardo and De Bruyne. Again, he's not back to his best. He's getting back to his best. This is a game where you look at it and go, he's going to have his work cut out. There's going to be a lot of bodies for him to be able to get a ball in behind or a ball into someone's feet. So he's going to have to be at his best. He's going to have to be at his sharpest to play well in this game. And he can do it. He did it against Sporting, albeit he had the freedom of the park. It's a case of it's a big game. It is a big game because we've got Liverpool currently breathing down our necks, and Spurs we have a dodgy record against. So it is a big game, and he's a big game player. So there's no reason why he can't play well.
Yeah, I think everyone's got a turn. There hasn't been anything to suggest to me at the minute that no one wants to turn up and play in his team. But going to the front three, we've already talked about Mahrez. I think he has to play. Sterling, we did a video on him yesterday. I'm not going to talk anymore about my opinions. I think it's unreal. And then Foden, who's been struggling to find his feet lately now, I think. But, I mean, the goal of midweek's going to do him the world of good. I think he will be fine. Trust me, he'll be fine. But I think he's not been playing to those high standards lately. Although I think he does still have to be in the team, Joe.
Yeah, the only person I'd take him out for is Gundogan. I think he's been treated a little bit unfairly as of recent. I think He should be getting more game time because he's absolutely world class. And he's another player who his positional awareness in the box is outstanding. He will find you a goal when you most need it. He's like a Mahrez. He'll turn up in the big game and find you a goal. We all remember what happened last time when we played Spurs at the Etihad. Davinson Sanchez ended up on the floor. It was a great moment. If I've still got the photo, which I'm pretty sure I do, I will put it in the box. The photo. But now, listen, Foden taken off against Sporting, so that's why I imagine he will play. I think anyone who's taken off there, well, apart from Stones, I don't think he'll play in this game, which is, again, why I don't know why he was taken off. But I think Foden, the goal's going to help him. 150 appearances already, which is absolutely mental. I don't know where they have come from, but here we are. And he looks like he's really suited down the middle a lot more as of recent. I know it's a topic of who plays there, who's best there, because no one's really natural there.
It has to be Foden at the minute, doesn't it?
It has to be Foden at the minute. A goal against Sporting in the Champions League. Grealish is unavailable. I mean, Sterling's pushed him inside. Mahrez has pushed him inside again. I mean, he has to play there if he wants to be in the team. He's got nowhere else to go apart from the middle. And look, if he scores goals, he scores goals. Yeah. He's dropping deep. He's doing everything he's asked to. And again, Gundogan is the only person I'd take him out for, but I don't see Pep disrupting the midfield three that we've predicted, because it's worked as of recent.
I don't see why you would. Exactly. You're dead right. I think you're dead right. We work so well in these videos, Joe, right? But that's it. That's our prediction. That's not what you think. But before we wrap up, and I forgot their score prediction, Joe. Give me an honest score prediction.
Honest score prediction, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I think the Spurs, the Son goal is inevitable, like he did in their stadium at the start of the season. I think it's inevitable, but again, I think we'll just prove too much for Spurs. It's not arrogance, they're just not in a good run of form at the moment, and their main number 9's on, you said 5 league goals. I think we'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 league goals. That's a Twitter stat, you know me, I get my stats on Twitter. But I'm going to go, I don't know if I get one, I'm pretty sure I said 2-0. I'm saying a 2-0 win. Again, I agree with you. I think we'll just be too much. And look, it's not a matter of Spurs being shit. I think it's a matter of us being too good at the minute. But again, that's not what you think. I think we'll be fine. Personally, I think we'll fly into the next game. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Simple as. It's a nice little game. I hope we get something out of it. I know Murray's going over to it, so he's not here, so we'll see him. Tell him I said hello. So, well, we'll see you in the next one, right? We'll see you for the review, because there'll be no watch along for this because we don't have the bodies. Go on. See you later.